Well, hello everybody. Today I thought I'd showcase evolution of fan limit controls in a furnace. And right off the bat, you can see this was something out of one of those large furnaces you might see in a movie if you haven't seen one in an older Midwest home. But fan limit control, if you lose your fan motor, you don't want the furnace just to run until it melts into a pile of steel on the ground. So basically, they added some safeties to furnaces. And on the old ones, this was crucial. One side is to turn the fan on and off, but this side is the max temperature that it can read before it turns off the system. Basically shuts the gas valve off. This one's neat too, because a lot of these homes this was put in, return air wasn't a big deal then, and you'd get cool basement air, and you could just run the fan in the summer just by flipping that switch. Now it's all in the thermostats, of course, but you can see they kind of same style here. These both have a twisted bimetal that reacts to temperature, and as the temperature gets hotter and hotter, this dial spins and makes a set of contacts. Again, this would be fan on at 150. Thermostat gets satisfied, the fan will continue to run to about 100 degrees, and then it should shut off. Now, if the temperature keeps climbing and we hit 200, you can see this is the limit side here. This would shut off the gas valve or something that's bringing gas into the furnace. There's a cover. There's usually a cover on these things. It can be in disguise. And then we get to these, which are pretty much in all modern furnaces. You might see this at the back of your furnace, or you'll have something like this, or something like this. These only shut off, well, I don't want to just say only. What this does is these work in conjunction with the circuit board. If this little thing in here, which is about 2 grades better than those things that pop out of turkeys when they get done, when this thing pops at, let's see, this one is 250 degrees, it'll send a signal to the board to shut the gas off, and then a lot of times turn the blower on. The blower will run, this will cool down. It has to cool down 40 degrees before it turns on again. And if your furnace is doing that, that's called cycling on the limit. So that's a bad thing. If you're not good at changing your filters over the years, this thing will wear out. Instead of popping at 250, it might pop at 220 or 180. They get worn through time. Certainly not as heavy duty as anything over here. I mean, just look at the comparison, and this thing's like a beast here. The other thing I've seen on these, when people install them wrong, is through the cabinet sometimes, see that piece of metal? It'll short out inside your furnace. Like if you're blowing fuses and you don't know why, you might want to take a look and make sure that, I think it's a horrible design, but this just basically sits in the back of the furnace. I can't tell you how many times that little piece of metal has caused fuse problems, especially if you got like cavitation in your blower. And that's really all I got to say about these, but you can see evolution to cheaper. Still a very important safety. You can make a furnace run by just taking these wires off and tying them together, but I do not recommend you do that ever. All right. There we go.